Back again for another video. So on this time I will be going over one of my hypotheses, however you want to say it, about how I view women and their emotions. So this isn't going to be this is going to be very specific. I'm going to mostly talk about how women, I call it teleporting emotions. I said that I was going to do this video in the past. So here it is. I've been thinking about it, but not enough to give you a full grasp, should I say. So I'll do the best I can, because everything I do here mostly everything I do here is improv, based on what I already understand. So anyways, let's go over a woman's emotions and her ability to teleport them, and what I mean by this. So I think we understand the fundamental basis of what teleportation means. It means to instantaneously, or I don't know how you want to put it, but it means to remove one thing to another place and put it in another place. So we understand that. That's very simple. Emotions, we understand. But how a woman teleports her emotions, that is a fairly new concept. I haven't heard anybody talk about it. So I figured I might give you my take on it, since I'll probably be the pioneer of going down this realm of esoteric thought. So teleporting emotions, what this looks like. So I've been through many situations with women, as you all know. I've been through the highs, the lows, the sideways, the downs, every position that you can possibly think of with a woman. I probably have done it, except for the ones that end you up in jail, of course. But as far as the interpersonal relationships, I have done most of them. So I have experienced the range of emotions when it comes to very different women. But one thing that remains consistent across the board from the women that I have dealt with in my life is that they were able to teleport their emotions. It was the strangest phenomenon I've ever seen in my life. One of the strangest phenomena I've ever seen in my life. And I could not explain what the hell was going on at the time. So I'm going to tell you a few scenarios in which these things occur, and what they look like, of course. So like I said, what it looks like. Have you ever dealt with a woman and she starts to tell you a story? It could be purely fictional. It can be a what if type of thing. You know, like, what if you cheated on me and I end up catching an STD, or I ended up getting something incurable, or I ended up pregnant. What would you do about these situations? She could be saying this to you, right? And of course, you give your scenarios based on your parameters of understanding and perceiving the reality. And that could be what she wants to hear or what she doesn't want to hear. Sometimes, if it's not what she wants to hear, what happens is she imagines these scenarios in which whatever the situation is that she doesn't want to hear actually happening as they're happening real time, like it's happening right now as you're having this conversation. And what will happen is she will go in that intangible space that she created, because remember, none of these things are actually going on. You don't have an STD, you're not pregnant, you don't have anything incurable. These are what if scenarios, right? She will go into these what if scenarios as if she is actually there in those scenarios, and she will feel emotions, because remember, humans, we operate off of external stimuli, meaning that if there's something cooking in the aroma gets in the air, it sometimes can create salivation as a response to us smelling whatever it is, if it's a desirable thing. If there's something putrid in the air, it can cause us to feel feelings of revulsion, repulsion, meaning that we don't want to smell these things, or they're unpleasant, or they, give us a headache, or whatever the case may be. No differently than if when women watch movies, they cry. Women are more attuned, in my opinion, women are more attuned to external stimuli than men. And some research does back that up. For instance, the woman's ability to see more colors than the man's ability to see more colors. Women can literally see multitudes of colors, more colors than we can. So they are more aroused by the external environment. They are more attentive to the surrounding environment because they can see more colors. Women have a very acute sense of smell as well. Also a very acute sense of taste. Though we generally have the same amount of taste buds, but there are certain studies out there, don't quote me, but there are certain things that I read that women experience certain types of foods very differently than men. But that's neither here nor there, about the taste thing. But the colors things is definitely, you can look that up. That is actually something that has been done over and over and over and over again. So it is a repeatable experiment. Therefore, it has some validity. But anyways, my point is that when women teleport themselves into these scenarios that they created within their own intangible space, they are stimulated by the environment that they are intangibly in, as if they were actually there. Men, we can do this a little bit, but we're not as good as women are. They are 10 times better at doing this than we are. But it's unfortunate that women can't necessarily control it. So it does play out in dysfunctions as well, because they can teleport themselves into dysfunctions and they will come back and they will bring those emotions with them to the real world. This is sometimes what you see in regards to a woman getting angry about something that never actually happened. This is my hypothesis on what exactly happens, because I've seen it so much and I've studied it so much, that they create these scenarios in their head, or it could be created for them, and they visualize these things and they create it in a tangible space through their visualization abilities. And they sit in there and they go through these scenarios in their head that don't actually exist. Now, one way might say that women are crazy for doing this, but I don't think so, because I think this is very necessary with dealing with children. I'll get into that probably in another topic, but nonetheless, this is something that occurs a lot, and I call it teleporting your emotions, because that's essentially what happens. Maybe I'll come up with another name for it, but I think that'll do for now because it relays the message just right. So if you ever deal with a woman and she seems like she's going through something, or she's having an issue with something, and you ask her what's wrong and she says, well, I have concerns about this and that, just know that, or if you're dealing with a woman who has a very high charge behind those emotions, because that happens as well too, it's hard for me to say be understanding, but I want you to be aware of exactly what's going on. Your level of understanding could be according to how you see fit as a man of dealing with that. But nonetheless, this is something that happens, and it happens very often. And I don't think women even pay attention to it, because I've heard women say many times to me that they are feeling such a charge from their emotions that they can't articulate exactly how they feel in a way that makes sense to us. So they have to do what is commonly understood amongst women language, and that is sort through their emotions. And then they can sort through their emotions, and then they can come back to us and articulate to us exactly how they feel, or some semblance of it, rather. Or they can tell us what they want to tell us. I'm sure that's happened plenty of times as well. But nonetheless, if you ever experienced this, and let me know, please let me know in the comment section, if you as a man or if you as a woman have experienced this. Even women can experience this when dealing with other women, or if you're a woman yourself who has experienced this, please let me know I'm not crazy. I know I'm not crazy, but you know what I mean. I want to hear your stories about these things, because I think this is something that is very important to talk about. That's something that has not been discussed before. Women teleporting their emotions and teleporting these scenarios into real world, but they cannot bring it tangibly here. Only thing they can bring back is their emotions, because it's an intangible environment that they're being stimulated by. So anyways, like, comment, and share. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Patreon. I have not uploaded much to Facebook because I don't see a lot of activity on there, so it's on the lower end of the priority scale. Though I do have some videos that I want to do for my patrons, of course, and those are going to be chopped up, of course. I do that so that, you know, if you want to become a patron, you get to see a portion of what I talk about. If the topic interests you, I mean, it's only $1, you know, whatever. And also I have a patron because I want to put up the videos that I know will not make it on YouTube. And, you know, to be honest with you, I'm thinking about doing a Vimeo, and putting my videos up through Vimeo and putting them on YouTube and doing a snippet possibly through YouTube, but doing a full video through Vimeo. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still working out the kinks of it because, once again, putting up a Patreon was something that I did not want to do. I'm not a person who cares to make money off of this. It's really on the low scale. I don't even want to be popular. The most I want people to associate with my name is the philosophy. I don't even want my face to be on it. So anyways, like I said, like, comment, and share. Check me out on those 2 platforms. But until next time, this has been the Wolf and Beta Close. May you have a good day. And of course, peace be with you.